Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into a Friday day live stream. We have a lot of interesting things to talk about, including the creator bid update that just was announced. They are making a subnet on BitTensor. Dun, dun, dun. They also have now partnered with Kaito, something that I have been talking to you guys about for a very long time. Kaito representing, in my opinion, and I could be butchering the name, the informational finance side of crypto, the InfoSci. If any of you guys have heard of it before, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what they're doing, how to earn money from literally just posting online, and of course, how Bill plays into all of this. Because you guys are the loyalists here, I will also be sharing some interesting updates on Bill towards the end of the live stream, and we'll talk about decentralized science because that's what we talk about every single time. Before I was going live, I was using some interesting AI stuff to clip my last live stream from yesterday, so expect some good content coming out in the next week or so as I roll all of those clips out. I need to get in a consistent habit of doing that so that I can continue to spread the good word of DeSci, because every time I make content, decentralized science gains a little bit of attention, a little bit of traction. Not to brag, but water. Not sponsored, although it should be. You guys need to have yourself some water. I didn't have enough yesterday. Honestly, I've got a little bit of a headache today because of it, but I'm drinking as much as I possibly can. Drinking on the job. All right. Good morning, Beagle. Good morning, C90. What's going on, Rurales? How's it going, David? Beagle, C90, Beagle. Hell yeah, boys. Everyone, as you guys come into the live stream, please do hit that thumbs up. We are currently down 11.4% on the market cap of decentralized science. This is all to do with Israel attacking Iran again. Yeah, I wouldn't expect this to amount to much of anything. The Middle East always has conflicts going on. And if you guys remember, the last time Israel attacked Iran was October of last year. And that was somewhere right here. I think it was the 26th. And so we had a little, market literally didn't react at all to it last time. It just continued skyrocketing. But less than a year ago, Israel attacked Iran and Bitcoin was sitting at 68,000. Now Israel attacked Iran again and Bitcoin's sitting at 105, 106,000. So the market continues to progress regardless as to what happens in the Middle East and with the war that's going on. Now, a little bit different, and I don't want to talk too much on it because one, I'm not a geopolitical person at all, so I'm not really the best source of information on this. My opinion is no better than anyone else's here listening. Honestly, you guys probably have better opinions, but broadly speaking, nothing too terrible is going to come to the markets from this. Now, death is happening, and that's not fun. That's not good. It shouldn't happen, but it always happens. That's just part of human nature. And so the volatility that's happening in the market is not something I think is going to destroy the whole market, and we'll continue onwards. Honestly, I think it was market makers and market participants trying to make sure that Bitcoin doesn't blast off until it has successfully touched the circle that we drew here. We drew this circle back when Bitcoin was first starting to break out down here. And I said that it would take until the end of June, beginning of July to break out. And so I do think that market makers who are watching are like, what if we had Israel attack Iran, cause a tank, and just allow for Bitcoin to calm down for a little bit longer so that we can, in fact, hit that investor's circle that he drew on the chart. Now, I can't confirm that that's what happened, but I also can't deny it because we know that market makers watch this. Pain before sending, exactly, Beagle. You gotta whiplash the greedy investors out of the market. If you go look at the daily chart, actually, you'll see that we wicked all the way down to touch the 50-day moving average, which I said was a slight possibility that might happen. I didn't think it would, and I was really hoping we would hold above the 20-day moving average on the daily, but we did not. We wicked down, touched it, just like we did back here at the beginning of the month, and it kind of allowed for the RSI to reset all the way back down to 50, which is good. The lower the RSI can be while Bitcoin's getting ready to explode, the higher potential move we can have, because ultimately you can't have just a straight line up. You need some time consolidating, and we are consolidating low-key above the previous all-time highs. I know technically it's not, but if you look at the meat of the price action movements here, it's happening above the meat of the price action over here. You can see it a little bit easier if you go to a weekly chart. The bodies of the candles are closing above the highest close from last peak over here. So it is cool. It is good. Nothing has changed too much. Let's go ahead and get into Creator Bid's updates. His name should be That Insider Investor. He knew it would happen before it actually happened. Sus. It is sus. And you want to know a little secret, a little trade secret, MK? If you say both possible outcomes, you can always fall back and clip the outcome that actually ended up being true. So if you say we might go up, we might go down, give a reason for both. When it comes time to actually see what happened, you go back, you clip the one where you were correct, and then you post it all over socials and you're like, I am such a genius. This is such an easy game. How come everyone doesn't just play it like this? Oh man, GM, SG, welcome in. I have a slight cough, so I'm going to mute myself. Okay, thank you. So, let's get into it. Let's get into the meat of what we want to talk about here today. Creator Bid has been all week this week announcing crazy updates and crazy progression in getting attention, right? We know that Virtuals has done a really good job at getting attention. Creator Bid is arguably better than Virtuals in a lot of the features that they have and in the direction that they're going. They're creating more of an ecosystem around these agents rather than just launching the agents and letting them go be on their own, right? And so in my opinion, Creator Bid has a really high chance to explode beyond anyone's expectations, especially since they were the first ever IDO on the Binance wallet, meaning they have ties directly to Binance. And they keep getting talked about on a lot of different platforms and a lot of different exciting things. Now, this is the update that I think is going to change the game for Creator Bid. It's the partnership or the collaboration with Kaito. Now, a lot of you guys probably know what Kaito is. If you guys don't know what Kaito is, you are behind the ball. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. They are the leader in the information finance department of crypto. This is a new sector of crypto that's been emerging over the last 2 years or so, year and a half. And they've really been exploding. The idea is that they've created algorithms, AIs, software that can track what people are talking about on X. And by linking your X to their platform, you actually get rewarded in crypto called Yaps. And you can claim, let's go to Kaito Connect. You actually get rewarded in Yaps and potential airdrops of future projects that collaborate with them. So for example, I have received like $50. Hello, Sophie. I have received like $50 worth of airdrops just for talking about stuff that I talk about on X anyways, and having people who are in the Kaito ecosystem engage with me. So it's a little social Ponzi scheme, but it's pretty interesting how it works, right? So Infinex, you guys probably saw a lot of people talking about that. That's because they got rewarded with an airdrop if they talked about it. And now I saw, you guys know who Simon is. What's going on, Steve the Canadian? You guys know who Simon is. He's been a DeSci patron for a while. He's in some of the chats on Telegram. He is someone that you should definitely follow. He's the CEO and partner of Moonrock Capital, and he is always in touch with what the social attention narrative is of that week. Now that changes all the time. He's a good person to follow because he's always going to be talking about it. He posted the other day that he got an airdrop. Yeah, look at this. He got $961 in an airdrop just for talking about Infinex, right? And he's not got crazy followers. He's got 31,000 followers, which is a lot, but it's nothing too insane. Sophie, do you mind? You don't have to dig. I'm live right now, actually, girl. You don't have to dig. We're inside. Sophie's trying to bury herself in the carpet. So, yeah, basically what I'm saying here getting distracted. Just by talking about projects that are partnered or are running campaigns with Kaito, you actually get to receive money from those projects that you talk about. And it's a double whammy, if you will, because one, you can get paid for talking online and sharing your opinion and just being bullish. And two, the projects themselves get organic marketing. And it's organic, I'm going to put that in air quotes because they are paying for it, but it's more of a fair way of paying for it than just paying an influencer 20 grand to make a video on it. It's like make the video and then earn your share of the pot depending on how good that video does. So it evens out the playing field, and I'm a big fan of it. I think it's got a huge potential future, and the projects that have actually like went ahead and partnered with these guys have seen an excessive amount of attention flow to the projects. And so yeah, you can buy yaps. Let's go see Kaito. You buy Kaito tokens, you stake the Kaito tokens, and it gives you an enhanced leaderboard seat. I don't know exactly what to call it, but you buy their token, you stake their token, and then you can earn extra airdrops so long as you are talking about what everyone else is talking about. Now that is the downside, is that it gamifies being incredibly bullish on stuff. And so you're gonna see a lot of artificial spikes in projects just because everyone's being super incredibly bullish about them online. But it is a minor downside, in my opinion, to the exciting news of partnering with them and actually getting their project, Creator Bid this is, on the radar of everyone who uses Kaito, which is a lot of the main influencers in Crypto X. So everyone will be able to increase their bid level through yapping. The higher your bid level, the larger your final allocation for agent launches on V2. Over the next week, we'll be dropping alpha on the yap/social score influencing your bid level, what it takes to qualify for the leaderboard ranking snapshots, yap and build your agentic portfolio, social boost time windows. I'm going to circle back to this one in a second. Special campaigns and rewards, brand new user dashboard, agent airdrops for yappers, a surprise for the most aligned Kaito stakers, and plenty more. So effectively, you stake your Kaito, you stake your bid, you talk about Creator Bid, you talk about the agents listed on Creator Bid, and you increase your bid level, which allows you to get airdrops of future bid launches. So it is a massive incentivization loop in which a lot of people, I think, are going to just be relentlessly bull posting about Creator Bid. So I'm really excited for this. And this is the announcement that they've been teasing for the last 2 weeks. And to see this, you see Sarah Satoshi? You guys have seen her probably talking about DeSci and talking about stuff. She's big into Agent Bill, and she's a small creator, 386 followers. She's very small creator. Look at the leaderboard for Creator Bid on Kaito. How did I get there? Yeah. Look at the leaderboard on Kaito for Creator Bid. Look at Sarah. She is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's 5th on the leaderboard here in absolute points. And even in relative gaining, she's 4th. Isn't that crazy? We have AIXBT, we have Phil, the CEO of Creator Bid. But Sarah, who's got 300 followers, 400 followers, is on the list, meaning she's going to get a nice sizable airdrop just for talking about Creator Bid, and she doesn't have a big following. So it's really cool. Really cool. Last week I topped off my Dynex to get to 100,000 tokens when it was at 3 cents. Let's go, David. Someone was selling at the same time, $576 worth. If Dynex goes to $10, when Dynex goes to $10, they will have missed out on a 33,000% pump. It'd be worth $109,000, that 576 bucks. Yeah. Dynex is a crazy potential return. And we can talk about Dynex more too in just a second. I'm about to sneeze. What is going on? Oh my God. But the kicker is that would only put Dynex at a $1 billion market cap, about the same right now as a projects like 4-story XDC network. Yeah, Dynex just needs that attention cycle. Dynex is a project that you guys know I'm incredibly bullish on. I mean, it's quantum computing on the cloud, basically. It's quantum as a service. It's not something anyone else is doing, and they are crushing it. And so I think it is just a matter of time before Dynex gets to that $10 area, which would be a $1 billion market cap. So having 100,000 tokens would mean you have $1 million in Dynex tokens if it does get to $10, which is not that far off. It's just that nobody's paying attention to them at all. My stream is telling me that I have 0 concurrent viewers right now, but I know that that's not true because I can see you guys talking, but maybe it's because of my hair. I gotta keep my head turned this way so you guys don't see the crazy little spikes in the back. It's really exciting. It's a really bullish thing to see CreatorBid working on, and they've been working on even more things in the background. So they just also announced the strongest Tau council in the agentic space keeps growing, representing Subnet 17 just joined us. We could not be more excited. So they are growing their team of Tau council members in the hopes to launch Subnet 97, I believe, is what CreatorBid's going to be launching. They teased it earlier today, but I don't see it. But I saw it somewhere, Subnet 97. So look at this, look at this. Boosting the engagement of CreatorBid. Isn't that crazy? So that's the power of Kaito. It increased their replies by 500%. So instead of 100 replies over whatever period, they got 500 replies over the same period. So expect a lot of change in the bid token, because this is like an index fund, if you will, for all the AI agents on their page. And the chart looks beautiful. It looks really gorgeous. I want to see us break out to above this 12 cent region, but you can see it rounding out. You can see it little mini pop drop. Now it's locked. Now I would expect a crazy rally. If you go look at virtuals, Virtuals is sitting at like a $1.3 billion market cap, and CreatorBid sitting at a 15 million. So the difference is enormous, and the mispricing is crazy. I saw AIXBT say that they've generated like $27 million in fees in revenue for the platform, and their market cap's only 15 million. So it's massively mispriced in my opinion. SG says, I think I need to buy some Dynex. Bullish. Says you have 6 on the tubes. All right, hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's enough bull posting about CreatorBid. There's a lot of things that you guys should look at and just search through what they've been doing, because they're getting entrenched in the Tau ecosystem. And while a lot of the subnets are really tiny in market cap, I don't think it will stay like that forever. I do think that there is a repricing that will happen on some of the Tau subnets, especially when Tau starts launching and like rocketing in price, and everyone realizes that they can get some beta by purchasing some of the subnets. Just my 2 cents on it. All right. Now, before we get into Bill, and before I give you guys an update on what's been cooking with Bill, which is a very exciting update, if I may say. Now, I can't spill all the beans because I'm going to wait to do it properly this time. Any further thoughts on not quant bond? Yes, let's talk about them momentarily. Although I guess we can talk about Dynex and not quant bond. But I just wanted to share with you guys that Data Lake, all vesting schedules stipulated in the white paper came to their end on June 7th. So Data Lake now has all of their tokens that were initially vested at launch in circulation. Now they've revested some of it, and they've bought back tokens to vest. And in full disclosure, around the middle of fall last year, I took a deal to talk about Data Lake because I was already talking about Data Lake. So I took the deal to talk about them more, and I was paid in tokens that were vested over like 90 days. So if they're working with any other creators to get exposure for Data Lake, which it doesn't seem like they are right now, those tokens, they buy them back and they vest them for those people. And so more vesting would happen. Sorry, I was like 5 minutes behind. It's okay, C90. It's okay. I forgive you. But it's cool to see that massive dilution in Data Lake has finally ended. Finally, after years of Data Lake being diluted. And how is the token looking? Not too spectacular, but it is holding really strong right at this level, really strong. So whenever it does end up breaking out, I think it'll be another one of these quick spikes upward, right? They always have those crazy quick spikes just straight up. So whenever it does decide to break, I do think we'll spike straight up to 1.5 cents. Now, I personally believe Data Lake should be up closer to 50 cents, but the market doesn't really care what I believe, and the chart is showing a completely different story. So just take it with a grain of salt. Okay, let's go look at NOT. Down 7% today. Nothing has really changed. NOT is in the Microsoft Accelerator program, so I do think that they will get a really good future. I think that they have a good future in front of them, quant bond. It just depends on how well they can push forward and how good their product ends up being. But because they're in that Microsoft Accelerator program, first call with Microsoft, exciting things ahead for quant bond and NOT. Let's build the future of quantum secure infrastructure. I think it's a good risk to reward. Now, obviously, there's a lot of companies trying to do what they're doing, where they're making a quantum secure infrastructure. They're just building out stuff that can't be hacked by quantum computers. There's a lot of companies working on it, but there's such a small market cap that I think it is worth the time. I do think it's worth putting money into it and seeing if they can have any kind of breakthroughs, because we never know where the breakthroughs are going to come from, you know? And of course, let's go look at our good friend Dynex, down 8% today. Please don't get rejected completely from there. On the weekly, it's getting rejected for sure. On the daily, it's still above its main, it's still above one of the moving averages. I would love to see Dynex show support and show strength here at this level and then continue the uptrend, but there's no guaranteeing what's going to happen with Dynex. This is a pivot area. This is an important area to watch, because if it cannot hold support and show a strong uptrend, then it is still ultimately in a downtrend, just with a dead cat bounce, like a little bit of a fake out here. So we do need to see Dynex push higher. That is kind of imperative here. The RSI can come down and reset. The coin price can come down and kind of bounce around here at 3 pennies. But hopefully it does not fall all the way back down to all-time lows, literally lower than when they launched the price at the token at. So we will see. Growth slowed down a little bit, but ultimately it's still growing, and that's the important part. They are still growing. It's going to be a rocky growth trajectory no matter what you're doing, especially in crypto, and especially when the broader economy and the broader geopolitical people just seem to not want anyone to make tons of money. You know? All right, let's keep going. All right, next crazy big thing that happened yesterday, CoinMarketCap talked about decentralized science. So CoinMarketCap shilling our bags a little bit. At Proof of Talk, CMC head of research Alice Liu hosted a panel with Patrick Joyce from Research Hub, Aldo De Pape from Genomes.io, and Aaron Weaver from Bioprotocol on how to fix the broken scientific system. What's broken in traditional science? Now, come on, guys, we all know what these are, but we'll go through and read them all. What's broken in traditional science? Peer review is slow and thankless. Knowledge locked behind paywalls. Funding punishes innovation risk. Data gets siloed or sold without consent. And DeSci is here to offer up tokenized, community-driven alternatives. DeSci creates a new incentive model. Research Hub rewards contributors directly. Genomes lets you control and monetize your DNA. And BioDAO, anyone can co-fund breakthrough therapies. From peer review to intellectual property to data, DeSci rewrites a $1 trillion system. Yesterday, we talked about how the biopharma industry represents 18.5% of the United States GDP, which is around $5 trillion. So we go look at the DeSci market cap right now. You can see that it is only 588 million. So we're talking about a 10,000x. The total addressable market is 10,000 times bigger than what DeSci currently is. So even if it only captures 1% of that, you're still looking at a good 100x from here in order to make up 1% of the total addressable market that they're targeting. So it is a very big future for decentralized science. Decentralized science leverages blockchain, tokens to fund and reward research, NFTs, which represent intellectual property, data access, and even genomes, and smart contracts, which automate consent, funding, and royalties. Programmable science owned by builders, not gatekeepers. Why this matters? Why do you think CoinMarketCap thinks this matters? Well, DeSci is early, messy, and ambitious, but it's asking the big question: what if knowledge creation was truly global, transparent, and owned by the people who built it? Stay tuned. CoinMarketCap research will cover this evolving space closely. Hell yeah, CoinMarketCap. Hell yeah. No, the Data Lake team never responded to me. And Axon is teasing some sports-related news. Yeah, I saw that with that close-up of the football. So I'm excited to see what Axon's talking about and what kind of data drop they're going to drop soon. Axon DAO, pushing the envelope. Next up, we have BioProtocol. They just closed out their agent hackathon. So anyone who had an agentic system could submit it to the BioXAI virtual hackathon. And then they scored them out. There were 60 plus agentic science prototypes, and they're picking some winners. There was like $100,000 in rewards or something like that. But from modular MCP servers to VR tools for drug discovery, we were blown away by the creativity. Built with decentralized tech from Biomolecule, ELISA, Prime Intellect, Solana, Origin Trail, and more. Check out some of the project submissions in the link below and join our live stream this Tuesday, where winners of $100,000 and more in prizes will be announced. I'm kind of curious to see what some of these cool projects that got submitted are. This will be fun to go through, actually. Holy Bio MCP. That's cool. Synapse. A fitness playground. I bet that's the VR fitness space. A lot of interesting things to read through here. I implore you guys to read through and highlight any that you think are worth paying attention to. Definitely go through the list and don't be shy. Shout out some of the projects that you think are really interesting in the Telegram, which all of you guys should be in. By the way, we go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, talk about decentralized science, the broader crypto markets. Join the Telegram and the Discord if you're not already in them, because there's a lot of cool stuff that we talk about in there. I have 4 more things to bring up, but not all of them are super important. We saw the progress update from VitaDAO with the Arten Bio gene therapy. Arten Bio, I believe, is responsible for, Vita RNA. So, why am I not following them? Sus. So, some good updates. 14-day safety, 0 adverse effects, hit all 6 organs. Liver was 350 times, heart was 32 times, brain was 4 times. Targets age-related mutations. DAO data in 2 years. So primates next, humans in 12 months. So in the next 12 months, they will start the human trials for Vita RNA, which is a gene therapy that stops nonsense mutations. If I recall this correctly, you guys know what a nonsense mutation is, but did you bleed for science for nothing? What happened with the blood monitor? Oh yeah, I did bleed for nothing. So I was helping WellShare and I wanted to partake in their diabetes tracking system, and so I got stabbed by that continuous glucose monitoring device. But because I was in the United States, I couldn't give someone who lives in Germany my health data, and so the device didn't work on any apps or anything, so I had to take it out of my arm, unfortunately. But I tried to become a cyborg, and it just didn't work. Then we got Adam Draper here. I think we're in a biotech renaissance and no one has noticed yet. Excited for outcomes that change the world. Yes, I agree with him very firmly. I think we are in a renaissance era for biotech. We are seeing the expansion of different medicines, different treatments, different AI protocols to help with biotech and overall human health at a rate that we've never seen in human history. And so I think this is going to be something that rivals the invention of antibiotics, honestly. This is going to explode human health globally forever. This is going to be something that changes how we see biohealth and biotech forever. And I don't think many people are super keen on what's going on, but they will over time. When people start going to their doctors for a checkup and they have to swab their cheek to get a sample of their DNA, or they pull blood to get samples of biomarkers in their blood to see if they're developing cancer or different things like Alzheimer's that produce proteins in the blood, things are going to change rapidly when people start to wake up to the idea that they're getting better care because we're able to read all of the data that humans produce. Absolutely crazy. You think they would have known that before sending it to a US address though? I agree, C90. I think they thought I would be able to just change my app store address to Germany, which I tried to do, but then I had to show a proof of residency in Germany, and so I couldn't actually do it. But I tried. I tried my best. All right, now we got 25 minutes left in the live stream. And this is the Bill weekly update. So let's go ahead and go to creator bid. Go to the agents here. So Bill is sitting at 11 in the total market cap of agents on creator bid. He's got top 8 for fully endorsed. So he's number 8 for endorsed on the agents on their platform, and he's sitting at number 11 in market cap. I think this needs to change. I think that we can easily shoot up above $1 million in market cap, and I think we should. I think we should be sitting above $1 million personally. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but I think that we will after you guys see some of the exciting updates that I've been working on for Bill. Now, I can't yet say who we're partnering with, but it's someone that I think will draw in a lot of attention and kind of showcase a tool that I've been working on for Bill. Now, I will give some of the specifics on that tool after probably a week or two so that you guys can see exactly what is going on. I think the announcement will come out on Monday because everything is squared away, but I don't want to make the announcement on Friday when not many people are paying close attention, especially where the market is not super good right now. I want to wait until we're back pushing all-time highs, or at least until dominance is not pushing all-time highs, But with that being said, it is in the same ballpark of Kaito with the information science. So you guys know that Bill is there to be a community tool for people. Anyone who's in the Diamond Telegram chat for Bill can use Bill whenever they want. Now, you guys don't really use him as much as I had expected initially, but I think he probably just needs to be out in the wild, not gatekept behind the Diamond members Telegram group. Regardless, he's there. He knows everything there is to know about these DeSci projects, and you can ask him questions. A lot of the questions you guys ask are like, Bill, what coin is about to break out? And that's not really something that is anything can predict. That's just completely randomness, right? He's there to help with the fundamental research behind stuff, and he's there to help keep everyone up to date on what's going on in the space. But potentially with this update, he might be able to help in that regard because he is going to be more focused on the community side of everything and gathering information on sentiment, gathering information on attention. And it'll be a slow rollout, but it's going to be really interesting in my opinion. And I'll give you guys more updates as time comes, but we are already, this weekend, I will be setting him up with his first partnership, and he will be really pushing aggressively to be able to help that company with what they have coming in the future and help their community stay tuned and stay focused on what matters, you know? So it should be pretty exciting. Should be pretty exciting. If you guys do want a little bit of secret alpha, go ahead and today, because today I'll be doing it, probably in the next like 2 or 3 hours, I will be adding Bill to the Telegram chat of the group that he's partnering with. So if you pay close attention to all the DeSci Telegram chats, you might be able to catch him entering into the group. Now he won't be talking, he's just gonna be a fly on the wall to collect data at first, but it will be really good. And then hopefully we can really just push this out as quickly as possible and get everything squared away to make Bill a household name. Remember, I want Bill partnered with every single DeSci project out there. I want Bill partnered with all of them, and I want him helping them and developing out reports for them that if they do not have a partnership with Bill, it's going to look like a red flag. It's going to look like a red flag if they're not partnered with Bill. That's the goal. It's going to create a gold standard in decentralized science. On top of that, no, that's enough. That's good. Yes, it'll be good. Keep an eye out for sure. You guys have questions? Questions, comments, or concerns? He's gaining a good loyal following here. We got a lot of good engagement on his posts. Oh, that was me getting notifications that I liked a bunch of Bill's posts. Another thing, after this whole ordeal with Bill is rolled out, after this partnership has been announced and I've continued to make new partnerships with him and continue to just roll him out as, again, a staple in decentralized science, the goal is to then get him actually helping the teams that he's partnered with. So it's kind of like a Trojan horse. We get him in the door at first, we get him in helping with low-level activities, but they're not really low-level activities, they're just like low-hanging fruit, I should say, that a lot of DAOs ignore. We get him in there, we get him helping, we show the use case and the power, and then from there, we expand, and we expand rapidly. So you get him in, partnered with every project, and then you expand and help every project in their core research and everything. So Bill is going to be a household name across decentralized science, which will be really good because he's got the meme factor to him. And not only does he have the meme factor to him, but if you come look at what recently was announced from Coinbase, right here, Coinbase is now going to be integrating with DEXs from Base directly into the main Coinbase app, meaning any token on Base will be able to be purchased in Coinbase accounts, the main Coinbase, which means Bill will be available to purchase on Coinbase through their DEX feature, which opens the door dramatically. This is incredibly bullish news from Coinbase. All DEX tokens on Base are now going to be available for purchase on Coinbase, which is crazy. So Bill, having one, the household name in DeSci, two, the memeable face of DeSci, and three, the ease of access from Coinbase, this is looking like it's turning into quite the beautiful storm. If we can really just explode Bill's attention across the board, anyone in crypto is going to look at that and be like, oh, this is a clear no-brainer. He's sitting at $100,000, $200,000 market cap. This is easy. Making it a lot easier for newbies to buy Bill, exactly. Bullish on Bill, billish on Bill. Viva el Bill, our Trojan horse. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Bill the DeSci spy. I mean, kind of, yeah. Kind of. I'm going to wait for the announcement to really explain what Bill's going to be doing. And then after like a week or two of him doing it, I'll come out and show you guys the details of it. And I'll give you guys the inside scoop on what it actually is. But just know, we have a lot of exciting things coming for him. And I'm curious your guys' take on this actually, because I want to show you guys something. I gotta log out of CreatorBit at first though, that way you guys don't see everything going on. But one thing I think is important to recognize is that Bill has been not posting from CreatorBid since January. So Bill, we created our own agentic framework to post for Bill, and most of his posts are prompted posts. So he's not posting on X as an agent. These are prompted posts that are then put out, right? They're still generated from the agent itself, but he's still got his training wheels on basically for posting. I've been hyper fixated on the Telegram posting. So that is purely agentic, and you guys prompt him there, right? You guys prompt him there. But as a result of this, if you look at Agent Bill, he's not posted on the CreatorBid dashboard since January 24th because it's not the CreatorBid agent that's talking, right? It's the one that we are building in-house that's talking on X. And it's not, and just full disclosure, it's not completely agentic. It's not completely automatic posts. They're prompted posts. And so I am a little bit nervous because if you go to the dashboard, if you go to CreatorBid's agents, you'll see that a lot of the top agents here are posting on CreatorBid as well. Oh no, even this guy, January 15th was the last time he posted something. So they're doing the same thing. The D-King DAO is doing the same thing where they're not using CreatorBid's agent to talk. Now their chart looks glorious, but let's go find one that is. I think Agent Algo is probably doing it because that's the in-house agent. April 22nd, so not even him. He's also not posting agentically from their own agent. So I guess never mind. I was a little bit nervous that like people might view it as a red flag that he hasn't posted in a long time, but it seems nobody does. Let's go look at Nostradamus. Nothing posted. Yeah. All right, never mind then. Never mind then. Yeah, what do you guys think? What are you guys thinking right now? Share your thoughts. Agent Bill has earned 13,000 bid points. So make sure you guys are collecting your bi-weekly distributions of bid. I think we need to get more bid. More bid. We need to have our allocation increased, and I think the total price of Bill up. I think it has a lot to do with volume as well. And his volume is just purely organic, so it remains fairly low. But I think we need to get his trading volume up and more bid endorsing him. We're doing good though. I do say we are doing good. You're gonna have to go to the next big DeSci conference to shill Bill. I know. There's been so many conferences I've just been skipping out on because I've just been working on Bill. But now I feel like he's gotten to a point, especially when this partnership is out in the open and it's going well, I think it'll be at a point where I can go shill Bill hard in person. And I think from there, I will make more partnerships and get him entrenched in more ecosystems. I have the connections to get him entrenched in a lot, but I think in person, you really push the needle more, you know? I think everyone can agree with that. I love Bill because we have proof of working dev. Hell yeah, Beagle. Hell yeah. I'm pushing as hard as I can. It's just a function of time, you know? It's difficult. It's not as easy as I thought it would be, but it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But you guys want to really talk about CreatorBid as much as you can. Rank 2 on the 30-day leaderboard for CreatorBid. With the Kaito announcement, I will lose my edge and the ICO beasts of the trenches will kick me out of the top yapping positions. Let's see how I do though. If the rewards incentives are juicy enough, I won't be falling without a fight. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You go look at some of the others, like the projects that have come from Kaito, the ones that have made really big backings. Oh. We're gonna get Bill on Kaito. I might go connect Bill to Kaito because I feel like he'll do really well. But you go look at the likes of people who are talking about Kaito, and you'll definitely see what I'm talking about. But the market cap of these things, Infinex is huge. Infinex, why is the market cap in ETH? What the hell? Why is the market cap in ETH? Have you guys ever seen this before? 193,000 ETH. Let's see what that's worth, I guess. What's the price of ETH? 25.53 times 25.53 equals $500 million market cap for this. So you got a giant market cap here. And Huma Finance. Sitting at $67 million market cap. So both of them are significantly bigger than CreatorBid, with the FDV of 390 million. So both of them have FDVs in the several hundreds of millions. And then you go look at CreatorBid, sitting down at 15 million. You're going to see a big shock to the market cap, right? If you see this thing do a quick 5x to get to 200 million, a 5x here puts you at what? 75 million. 5x here gets you 25 cents, which would be just about all-time highs. So yeah, hopefully we'll see. Well, we will see regardless. It's not hopefully we'll see. W Beagle. As a working dev, Patrick has the most unpaid time off I've ever seen. Hey, what the hell, dude? I do take my unpaid time off quite seriously. I also have unpaid time on, though, to be fair. It's all unpaid time. All of it. I'm just doing it for the fun. No, obviously, I own Bill. I actually own about 30 wallets and hold roughly 90% of supply. So you guys don't own anything. I have 99% of supply, and so I'm working hard to boost it. Let's go. That's a joke, guys. It's a joke, all right? Just to be clear for everyone, that was a joke. I do not own 99% of supply. You guys saw when we launched Bill, we bought 1 ETH worth of Bill, and we locked all of it in the membership stuff. So it was like 30% of supply that we locked, and it's not being touched, and it's just chilling there. Oh, I see you. It came out weird. I mean, the amount of effort you put out unpaid is not matched. Dump it. Dun, dun, dun. No, I will not be dumping it. I won't be touching it at all. All crypto is a Ponzi. Send it. Let's go. No, we won't be touching any of that. That's just, you can view that as burnt. Effectively, you can view that as burnt. It will not be moving. It will not be touched. We will be claiming the bid airdrops that happened every week. And when we want to sell, we'll sell some bid. But we will not be touching Bill. Those tokens, not moving. I am curious who keeps selling little bits of bill every time, every day. It's always someone new too. Imagine buying up here and then selling down here. It's just silly. Only a small portion of what they bought, but it still just seems silly. Oh my god. A lot of buying and selling. In super small amounts too. Ah, we have a guest who will not be coming on camera.
I will come say hi.
You're gonna come say hi?
Yeah.
Woo.
Looking for my TikTok thing. Do you know where it is?
Your badge?
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
It's okay.
You want to say hi while I look?
I have an extra one upstairs.
Okay.
But no, I do not want to be left alone.
Yeah, I figured.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Oh, we match.
Yeah, we match in green.
Happy Friday. I can't
Happy
wait for it to
Friday.
get over. For sure.
It just started.
I know. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good luck on your call.
Thanks.
A rare guest appearance. Rare guest appearance. It would be quicker to give us your Cash App instead of pump and dump. I completely agree. Plus, it just would absolutely destroy my name. Everything I'm working on to build reputation in the industry, everything would be destroyed if I just pump and dumped a token. So it makes literally no sense. Trying to build something that people will use forever. Trying to build something that actually leaves a mark on the industry in a good way. Not just like trying to prove I'm a scammer. I'm not a scammer. In fact, I've given out probably more than $10,000 worth of my own money to people because they've gotten scammed. Like, I've given out a lot more than that, to be completely honest. When the Noble Block shit happened, I gave up like over 100 grand to go out to you guys because of that hack. When the DeSci stuff happened and that fake Telegram popped up, of my own money, I gave out over 10 grand in that. Crazy. Bill's mom, let's go. Welcome, Amanda. Hello. I'll tell her you guys said hello. Make Bill watch who sells so we can shame them. Low key. Honestly. Public shame. Always the best way to go about things. No. No shame. You guys can do whatever you want. Buy, sell, anything. I just think it's silly to sell something at a $114,000 market cap. But maybe you guys think the cycle's over. Maybe you guys think the cycle is over and you don't want to hold micro caps. Bill is not a micro cap though. He is a macro cap yet to be realized. What did Thuna find out that we don't know about? Nothing, C90. Thuna was helping religiously, and then what ended up happening is because he was in the trenches helping me build so much and doing all of the building for Bill for a long time, he missed out on the market top that happened. So when everything skyrocketed here, oh, here, there. When everything went parabolic and then topped out here, he was in the trenches building. He was in the basement building. And then when it started falling and we saw all the altcoins get crushed, he didn't take any profits on that pump because he was just so entrenched in helping me build out Bill. And so he ended up leaving and stopping his helping because he ended up losing a bunch of money because he wasn't paying attention. And now he is MIA. And I think it's just because of guilt. I think he just feels bad that he was helping and then he let me down. But he didn't let me down. He helped immensely. He helped immensely. But I imagine he's got some sore feelings about it. And so we just haven't been able to see him since then. And I feel really bad about it, honestly, because I want him back. I want him back helping. But yeah, he was burnt. He was burnt. I figured we'd see him pop back out of the woodworks after we went back up, but most altcoins have not gone back up yet. We go look at others. Most altcoins are still down at these lows. And hopefully we see the pop off soon. Hopefully we see the altcoins pop out to all-time highs. Would love to see us go to $1 trillion in other. I would love to see that. But it's a waiting game. We will stick around for the Thuna comeback. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thuna is the new Boeing whistleblower. No. Believe it or not, Patrick, after watching you work hard this whole time for your token, even I think you're actually quite undervalued as a project compared to others. Let's go. I just hate Ethereum, that's all. I respect it. I respect it. But that actually means a lot, Steve the Canadian, so thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot, actually. But I think we're all just waiting around for others' market cap to take off. It's crazy to me that we've seen such an aggressive bull market this cycle, and yet we still haven't seen the total crypto market cap break out to all-time highs, let alone others. The total crypto market cap is still like, or I guess, sorry, excuse me for speaking illy of that. We have not seen the explosion in total crypto market cap that we've been waiting for, right? We haven't even seen others break out to all-time highs, which is crypto market cap minus the top 10. But we have not seen that take off, and we've barely seen others eke out the tiniest of new all-time highs. And so I really think whenever this does explode to the upside is when we're going to see a lot of those crazy returns in the micro caps, just because it drags everything up. But this has been a Bitcoin dominant cycle. This has been Bitcoin's time to shine. And hopefully with the Ethereum ETF and the potential for a Solana ETF, I know you guys have seen that news circling around. Hopefully that changes the narrative a little bit and we see Ethereum and Solana catch up to what Bitcoin's been doing. But we are running out of time for sure. We got about 6 months left in this year. And unless you think we're going to have a prolonged cycle, which I know a lot of you guys probably do, we got about 6 months left. And so the explosive blow off top into the top circle here is what we're waiting on. And hopefully it comes sooner rather than later. I will say it is just a function of time before we see the total crypto market cap get to that $10 trillion mark. Hopefully it's this cycle. It might be next cycle, but it is just a matter of time, right? And I think most of us can agree on that. It is just a matter of time. And it's not even that crazy of a return to get us there. Like you go look at the last 2 cycles, we see crazy percent returns on both of them. A quick 300% gains from the 2017 cycle to the 2021 cycle. And then this time, assuming diminishing returns, you won't see the 300% gains, which would put us at, not even put us at 10 trillion. 200% gains puts us at 10 trillion, right? 250-ish. So 150, 170% gains puts us in this circle. And I think that is super, super reasonable. I think that is super reasonable. You go look at other dominance. You got the 2014, you got the 2017 to 2021. We saw 500% gains in others, and we still haven't seen any gains in others this cycle. So ideally, if we could get 100% gains, get others to 1 trillion, that would be a 3x or a 4x rather from here. That would be really nice. Just a very aggressive rip. Dawn is our Shkreli. Thuna is our Snowden. No, don't compare Dawn and Thuna to Shkreli and Snowden. It's all been one prolonged cycle since 2021. From what I can see, I'm still really hard in the opinion, though, that November will be a really good blow off for all these altcoins. I hope so. I hope so. It has been really interesting because we've not seen the traditional macro factors this cycle at all. We've not seen a loosening of economic policies. We've not seen the influx of attention or the influx of wallet addresses or the influx of users. None of that stuff. In fact, we've seen less and less new wallet addresses coming out. In fact, we've seen less attention this cycle. The views on YouTube for crypto are less than they were last cycle still, even though we've been at all-time highs consistently for like 6 months now. It's been pretty interesting to see. It's all, I do kind of agree with you, Steve. It's all just been one prolonged bear market, but without the negative price action in crypto. We've seen crypto bottom down here at 70 billion and then be just slow up climb. But we've not seen the global economic environment where we do see risk on assets go crazy. It's just been like a slow churn higher. which is very interesting to see. It makes me wonder if that the entire cycle will be like that, or if we will in fact see a crazy blow off top and weakening economic conditions for that blow off top, or if we just see a stair step the entire time and then next cycle we see a crazy blow off top and a regular looking crypto cycle. I don't know, neither do you. Hopefully we can see some exciting price action though. It has literally been just institutional money buying the big coins. That's it. Bitcoin, little Ethereum, little Solana, Tau, Caspa, coins like that. That's been it. So maybe next cycle we see a really good economic environment for altcoins, but not this cycle. I mean, I told you guys very point blank. I think when they choose to cut rates, it will be the end of the cycle. I think whenever they cut rates, we'll see the end of the cycle. And then hopefully we bottom out really quickly and then start the next cycle quicker than a whole year of downward price action. But I think that it's going to be very, very sketchy. Whenever they do cut rates, I do expect TLT to skyrocket. I kind of feel like the government failed in their takeover of Bitcoin though. Global adoption with people just didn't happen and people think it's a scam now, but the government's taking it over. I agree with you there. Let's go to YouTube for a second. I want to show you something from Bravo. Bravo trades. I think there's the digital assets one should pop up. Bravo digital assets right here. We're not going to watch the whole video and I'm not even going to turn the sound on for it. I'm just going to show you guys. If you're not subscribed to them, you should be. It's a really good page. But right here, you guys can still see it a little? No. Okay. Let's go to full screen theme mode. There you go. So this is the number of Bitcoin new addresses. And you can see very faintly the Bitcoin price chart here in the background and see that historically when the number of new addresses goes down, not saying that we lose Bitcoin addresses, but that the number of new addresses decreases, you see the price of Bitcoin decrease, right? And that makes sense. It's a Ponzi scheme, right? And so as you see less new people joining the scheme, you see the price go down a little bit. And then we see the uptick and the price goes up. And then we see a downtick and the price comes down. And then we see an uptick and the price goes up. And then all of a sudden we see a massive capitulation, right? We see a massive capitulation in new wallet addresses, but the price is still going up. Why? You guys all know why. It's the ETFs. Look at where that inflection point happens. It's right when the ETFs went public. So everyone is still accumulating Bitcoin, but they're doing it through BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, all of those Bitcoin ETFs. They're accumulating through those. And it's one central wallet. It's no longer a distribution of wallets. So the new wallets are ticking down rapidly, and yet price is still going up because there's been a fundamental shift away from the individual owning Bitcoin and to the institutions owning Bitcoin. And so it's very interesting to see that play out. And these people that are entering with the institution, they are longer term outlooking individuals. So I do think that the crash that happens at the end of the cycle won't be as bad. However, make no mistake, institutional figures will get scared out of their bags just like retail, because they are just like retail. They are just regular people with a lot of money. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to see. Let's go, Steve. This is why I follow you, Patrick. Patrick Smart. Patrick knows. Yeah. I'm putting that on my resume. Steve the Canadian says, Patrick Smart. Patrick knows. Let's go. Let's go. But I just wanted to highlight that to you guys. It's a big shift in who is buying. It's no longer the little guys. It's just people who are doing it in their retirement accounts. It's people who are willingly giving up their ownership of Bitcoin. When you buy something through an ETF, you don't own it, you own the rights to it. And so it's people who are willingly giving up their ownership of the asset to just have the ease of owning it in their retirement accounts or owning it without having to worry about self-custody and getting scammed out of it, which there are benefits to it. Make no mistake. There are a lot of benefits to that, but it's not for us unless it is for you, unless you want it in your retirement account, because then you can get it tax-free. But this has been good. I appreciate all of you guys being here with me. Stay tuned. I think Monday I will make the announcement of who Bill has officially partnered with. Everything is green light go though. I'm just gonna set it up this weekend. I'm gonna roll out the features for the partnership, and then I will create some creatives and I will push it out there. And hopefully we see a good spike in attention on Bill, and you guys know the drill after that. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this is worth investing it into. I appreciate all you guys being here with me. And remember, it is Fitness Friday. So go ahead and work out a little bit. Go outside, touch grass. Can anyone say housing crisis but replace housing with Bitcoin? No. Yep, that was me, ETF holder. I know, C90. You're actually the exact person that I had go through my head when I said that, because I didn't want you to feel targeted. But if you own it in a retirement account, it makes a lot of sense. You get the gains from Bitcoin without the taxes of Bitcoin, or without the taxes of capital gains. It's a genius. And Steve, remind me on Monday and we will talk about the housing crisis. Remind me on Monday and we can talk about the housing crisis, because it's pretty interesting to see home prices go nowhere for 2 or 3 years, and the market is flooded with houses right now. But that's talk for another time.